The 76ers anxious to get off the bus and get down to business. A look from earlier as they arrived at the arena. Thursday night, the best night of the week for NBA basketball. Hi there, everybody, and thanks for being with us on 2K Sports. With our analysts, Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. Allie, take it away.
Hey, Brian. Well, Damian Lillard talked about his clutch gene. He said, quote, "I never think there's a game that I can't take control of. When I'm out there, I feel how hard the defense is trying to stop me, regardless of how I'm shooting the ball. I want to show them why they should be worried and why they should be on edge." Brian?
Yeah, Allie, always a threat. Thanks for that. Well, Brent, the season is rolling on, just around the midpoint. For teams really struggling, what's the locker room like right now?
Yeah, it's a tough situation, B.A., when you're just trying to find some footing. You would think by 25 or 30 games in, these roles would have been established, but coaches are still trying to find answers to get some consistency out of what's available to them, because you expect that from one another.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey and Harden make up the backcourt. Up front, it's Tucker at the 4, next to Embiid in the middle. And it's Harris in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Lillard and Simons are the 1 and the 2. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Justice Winslow. And it's Reddish in at the 3. Now here's Lillard. Pass to Reddish. Lillard outside. Let's go with a 3. Reddish misses. Now Philadelphia with it. Outside Harden. Now Tucker. Embiid with it. Puts it up from 15. Uses the glass to drop it in.
And Tucker, great job reading the floor and finding a way to set up a ready shooter.
And so here's Portland. Outside Reddish. Simons against Harden. Simons outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard passes to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Maybe worrying a bit too much about Lillard that time, dropping the dime to the unguarded player.
And here's Harden. Playing the Clippers, he was nearly unstoppable. Out to Harris. There's the 3. Damian Lillard with the rebound. Pass to Reddish. Inside. Here's Winslow. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Now Embiid. And the shot is good. Harris making the play. Embiid's got his second bucket of the night.
I like watching Embiid attack on the inside, using his size and soft touch to capitalize.
Simons outside. Pass to Reddish. From deep. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
You know, in the past several seasons, there's been one constant with the 76ers. They're going to be among the best defensive teams in the league.
Now here's Winslow. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And it's blocked by Embiid.
We see it time and time again. Embiid relishes his role as an intimidator.
Harris's shot is good.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
Portland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. The Sixers' identity really does center around their defense.
It's so true, B.A., and they've done a great job playing to their strengths. That's the key for any contending team. Maximize your players' talents. Philly has done that as well as anybody.
You look at the resume of one Damian Lillard, and there's just no shortage of clutch moments and amazing individual performances in big playoff games.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Lillard. And with Lillard, he has to be considered among the best point guards of this generation, Brent.
Well, he said some interesting things with regards to comparisons, B.A. There's only one player at his position that he can accept being ranked behind, and that's Steph Curry. You talk about two guys up in the stratosphere of where point guards of today's game are playing, and Dame is sitting on that cloud 9 with Steph.
Looking at players with limitless range, Grant. Damian Lillard right at the top of that list.
Oh, B.A. And Lillard, he can just make it look so easy. He gets a lot of his strength on his shot from his legs. On the short list for players you don't mind pulling up from the logo.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Maxey against Lillard. And he's going for the lob. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Leaping up to hammer down the alley-oop. Embiid's impressive court awareness on full display there.
Here's Lillard in the game against Denver. Very impressive. And the Trailblazers call time here. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Interesting East versus West matchup tonight. The first of just 2 games between these clubs.
Yeah, fun to see maybe strangers because you just aren't familiar with these faces here tonight. This will be a very exciting game to watch.
And let's take a look at the power rankings and see how these teams compare across the league. You take a look at Phoenix. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
You know, for Philadelphia, they've delivered a great season so far, hovering below some of the more elite squads, but you have to respect their effort on the court.
Now here's Simons. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Lillard passes to Reddish. And here's Nurkic. Jacks up a 3. Fires in the triple. Reddish has got 6.
Quick trigger from Reddish there speaks to his confidence. He just let that one fly.
Simons against Harden. And he lobs it up. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Here's Winslow. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Great speed by Winslow there to get out in transition and wide, finding a way to capitalize on that opportunity.
Outside Tucker. Pass to Embiid. Over Nurkic. Tucker controls the rebound and the putback.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
Lillard passes to Simons. Now here's Reddish. Here's Winslow. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Justice Winslow, one of those players where basketball runs deep. You know, his dad was a member of that legendary Phi Slamma Jamma team at the University of Houston with Drexler and Olajuwon.
Shoot 2.
No good on that one. And Winslow had success of his own in college, winning a national championship at Duke in 2015.
Yeah, B.A., as awesome as that is, For Justice Winslow, it's been interesting to watch the career path. He's been tried at several different positions. He's had some serious injuries that have had him reshape his body in ways, but it's about finding what position he can be effective at. And through it all, he's kept working.
And the second free throw is good.
And Justice Winslow continues to grind to trying to find a way in which he can settle into a role in this league to make positive contributions with.
Now here's Harden. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. To the paint. And Harris throws it down.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Here's Simons, following the score by Philadelphia. Lillard outside from behind the arc. He buries it from three.
His game starts with the three. Lillard shooting opens up the rest of everything that he can do offensively.
Harden against Simons. Harris outside. They get it again. Not going to go that time. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 9 from the floor. The three, here's Lillard. And again, it's Portland with a three.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pass to Maxey. Outside Tucker. Outside Harden. Here's Maxey. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
Yeah, the focus of the defense. I mean, James Harden was able to use that attention and turn it into a hoop for someone else.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
An aggressive take there to get inside. They're looking to make things happen to try and take control of this game.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 7. Here's Winslow. And Embiid with the block. Fast break, Philadelphia. Pass to Harden. Embiid with it. Now guarded by Simons. Lets it go from 14. Nice touch on the bank shot.
You like to see Harden knocking down the mid-range shot. When he doesn't ignore that area of the floor, the defense has a much tougher job to do.
Portland has gone 4 of 5 from distance here in the first quarter. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building, not in a good mood.
A big group substitution here for Portland. Eubanks, he's checked in for Nurkic. Grant comes in for Winslow. Little's checked in for Reddish. And it's Sharp in for Simons. Here's Eubanks. 11 points for him last game against Denver. Here's Sharp, covered by Milton. Sharp, no good.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Lillard against Melton. From downtown. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Grant's shot is off.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Melton against Lillard. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And year in and year out, there's one thing we know for certain about the Blazers. They've got some of the best fans in the NBA.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And how about the fan base in Portland? They're passionate and they really understand the game.
That's so true, B.A. I mean, even in lean years, they come out to support their club. And when they're on top, all of Rip City gets caught up in the buzz. Portland's a great basketball town.
That one's no good. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 13 so far in this one. Three-pointer Sharp. The Trailblazers rebound.
Stay out of the way!
Wow!
Man, Jeremy Grant is one of those guys that's capable of highlight dunks on a nightly basis. That time, vicious finish.
And the replay of that slashing drive to the hoop, courtesy of Mobile One.
And he's been incredible this game. And plays like that one show you how locked in he is.
Tucker inside. He's covered by Grant. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the 76ers lead by 1.
And relentless stuff from P.J. Tucker. It's why his teammates love to play with him.
Back to Lillard. Pass to Little. Lets it go from deep. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot. One team gains momentum, then the other storms back.
Hey, if this is any indication of how the game is going to go, we're in for a treat.
Now here's Melton, averaging around 6 a game. Goes back up. Here's Tucker. Portland grabs the miss. And that's a foul called on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
The Trailblazers have gotten 8 of 16 attempts to fall. Pass to Little. Grant outside. The floater, and that one's good. Sharp. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
And here's Melton. Now Melton. Pass to Tucker. Clock at 6. On the wing, Milton. Off target from three-point range. Well, Portland's shooting 53%, setting the tone right from the opening tip. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Sharp's got 5 now.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Harris. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Melton against Lillard. Tipped away. Pass to Graham. Here's Sharp. The 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
To the inside. And the layup is good. Tucker's gotten his 3rd basket of the night. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Pass to Little. Here's Eubanks. Harrell defending. The fader. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And for Little, that's a quality find right there, just dropping that pass.
Melton outside. Right side Milton. Down low. Harrell uses the glass on the layup.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Lillard with the ball. He has 7. Pass to Little. Back to Lillard. Here's Sharp. The 3 is up. Yes. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 4 assists now tonight.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Melton against Lillard. Pass to Harris from the arc. Pure from three-point range. Harris has got 9.
Working tirelessly on the stroke. Tobias Harris trying to find consistency with that shot.
Here's Sharp. Over Milton. Misses the jumper from the wing. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers leading by 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. For those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Let's make sure that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Grant and Nurkic, they're inside at the 4 and the 5. Lillard and Simons are the 1 and the 2, and it's Reddish in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now here's Harden, and Harden gets the double team. 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it from the high post, and that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
And for a guy over 7 feet, Embiid's jump shot is ridiculously smooth. So unfair for the D.
Pass to Reddish. You know, for most players, being a starter has value. But, Grant, some elite teams have been elevated by great players who have accepted a reserve role.
And it's really special, B.A., when you have that. Players who are willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the team. Putting winning first at all costs. And you think about it, through the years, Manu Ginobili with the Spurs, Andre Iguodala in Golden State, it really can galvanize a team and lead to winning championships.
Oh, Grant throws it down.
Trust me, defense wants to keep Grant out of the paint, and he wants to get in there. That's why.
The Sixers trailing. Outside Maxey. Pass to House. Three-pointer. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Well, Joel Embiid drawing comparisons to some legendary big men. He said, quote, "I want to be mentioned as one of the greats. That's my goal. And obviously being a Hall of Famer. But you've got to take step by step, one day at a time. It's going to take a lot of work, and I'm willing to put it in. Guys?"
Now he's well on his way, Allie. Thanks. And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Simons passes to Reddish. Back to Simons. Grant outside. The 3 is up. And there is a whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Winslow's checked in for Grant. And it's Thibault in for Lillard. The 76ers have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Pass to Embiid. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Over Nurkic. Embiid misses. Portland leading. Reddish with it. Harden picks him up. Outside Reddish. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Maxey. And that misses. That would have put him up. For Portland, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in.
And Yusuf Nurkic, a solid role player, fits well into any team environment. A great passer and doesn't need touches to contribute. Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And we saw last year, Nurkic can also act as a mentor with young players, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., and that's a great veteran presence from Nurkic. Not a star player by any means, but a player everyone would want on their team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw misses. Well, whenever you bring up the 76ers, you instantly think of Joel Embiid.
Oh, no question. He's the face of this franchise. Embiid is as good as anyone in the league. Off the floor, Joel is willing to take the blame when things don't go right. That's who you want as a leader.
And he's good on the second.
Such a versatile forward that can defend and shoot and score. Reddish's game has future all-star written all over it.
Now here's Harden. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game. Embiid against Nurkic. Embiid misses. Now Portland with it. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. Simons passes to Thibault. Now here's Reddish. Three-pointer. Portland no good that time either. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Embiid. That one's good. This game is all even. Embiid's got 4 points this quarter.
You know Embiid loves to produce like this, and you can tell it's firing up the team as well.
Simons passes to Reddish. Shot clock at 6. Releases. Portland again missing. The 76ers have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And the Blazers had been a mainstay of the playoffs for so long, until last year.
Yeah, B.A., they ended an 8-year streak by missing the playoffs. The franchise has had a lot of sustained success. They missed the playoffs just 15 times in their 50-plus years.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
All the rumors swirling about the Blazers and whether they trade Damian Lillard or not, but they've decided to keep him in Portland, build around him, and try to make the most of this shining star's window.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Now here's Maxey. 14 points for him last game against the Clippers. Here's House. Reddish covering for 3. Maxey goes back up. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Right, and when the Blazers shook things up, many thought they'd do a full rebuild, Brent.
Yeah, but B.A., how do you give full value for a guy like Damian Lillard? I just don't think the return coming back would equate to that. So they've reworked the roster. And we'll see if these guys can get back to postseason play and then rely on Dame time.
And here are the Trailblazers now, trailing by 5. Timeout called, Portland.
And last season's scoring champion, Joel Embiid, the first center to lead the league in scoring since Big Shaq way back in the 2000 season.
Outside Thibault. Here's Reddish. Connects from downtown. Reddish has got 10 points. And Joel Embiid, last season, the first center to average over 30 a game since Moses Malone did it back in 1982, Greg.
Oh, B.A., talk about historic company. And how about this? Also the first ever international player to lead the NBA in scoring, too. I mean, he won't be the last with the way things are.
For Portland, they've got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Back to Simons. Pass to Nurkic. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That's on Joel Embiid.
And Nurkic, one of the tough guys that you rely on out there. You know, scary injury for him back in 2019, but able to overcome that roadblock and get himself back and healthy.
Shooting 2.
That one's off. Well, Brent, while it was scary, Nurkic came back from injury just as good as ever.
Yeah, with a major injury like that, you figure it's going to alter your game. But really, Nurkic has been able to get back in and kind of double down on what he does well. That's playing physical and being a post presence.
He hits the second from the line.
Nurkic is focused on trying to make the job of his teammates easier. He works so hard on the glass and setting screens. Tons of dirty work that Nurkic finds himself involved in.
Here's House. He's got 5. It's stolen by Nurkic. Pass to Simons. And it's blocked by Embiid. They recover it. Nurkic's shot is good. The 76ers have gone 6 of 11 here in the second quarter. Now Embiid. It's stolen by Nurkic. The ball's knocked loose. Simons has the open look. Oh, he misses the go-ahead basket.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. And the 76ers with some changes. Harrell's checked in for Niang. And Tobias Harris subbed in for House. Here's Maxey. 6 points for him. Buries it from 3. Maxey's got 9.
You can't discount Embiid's value as a passer. That vision and court awareness. These are traits a team loves to have in a big man.
Now here's Reddish. Thibault finds Nurkic. Outside Reddish. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thibault. Back to Reddish. Fires the 3. Sinks the tray. He's got 13.
They're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
Pass to Embiid. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Portland trailing here. Simons passes to Nurkic. Outside Thibault. Now Simons. Reddish with it. Over Harris. And Reddish gets it to go. Reddish has got 9 points now in the quarter.
And Reddish pinballing, fighting his way through the defense, and then finding a way to score.
Harden, the pass to Harris. To the middle. Here's Harrell. Outside Maxey. High arcing shot. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Thibault. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And sometimes Reddish might defer too often, and maybe sometimes that's true. But also give him credit for being unselfish.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Their last game, a win against the Clippers, looking to carry it into this one.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
For the Trailblazers, Eubanks, he's checked in for Winslow. Sharp comes in for Thibault, and Little is subbed in for Simons. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Tucker's checked in for Joel Embiid. Now here's Harden. And Harden gets the double team. For three, Maxey. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Portland has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Here's Sharp. 11 points in the game. Now here's Reddish. Back to Eubanks. Here's Sharp. Over Harden. Sharp, no good.
Got to appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Well, Portland's shooting 40% in the second quarter so far. Pass to Eubanks. Here's Little. Nurkic with the ball. Maxey covering. Fires from 14. Shot by Nurkic, no good.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Maxey passes to Tucker. Back to Maxey. Pass to Harden. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic just got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Sharp, no good. The Sixers leading. And here's Harris. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Harrell. No good there. Now the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Pass to Sharp. From outside the arc. The putback. Beyond the arc. Trailblazers keep it alive. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. For the Trailblazers, Grant comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Lillard subbed in for Little. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Here's Harden. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Jeremy Grant.
A nightly triple-double threat. Harden's level of creativity and incredible confidence makes him lethal.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Philadelphia.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
Well, I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line. They've drained a good number from beyond the arc this year.
And the first one at the line is good. And Harden, a former league MVP, 3-time scoring champ. Grant, the only thing he's missing is a title.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, it would only help cement his legacy. For years, he'd carry his team only to run out of gas in the playoffs. But postseason success counts for a lot when it's all said and done.
And he makes both free throws.
I'll tell you what, a lot can be said about the contract Harden took to stay in Philly. He took less than what he commanded to help the team sign depth and rotation players. A very big gesture from Harden, showing just how much he wants to win in Philly. And that's 2 awful trips in a row resulting in turnovers.
Philadelphia has gone 3 of 6 from outside in the second quarter. Pass to Harrell. Harden against Reddish. Now here's Harden. He's guarded closely, and he banks in the layup. Harden's gotten 4 this quarter.
I love it. When Harden shoots, he commits. A little contact isn't going to upset his mechanics.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian Sixers head coach Doc Rivers earned the nickname Doc back in college for wearing a T-shirt with Julius Erving on it. In the NBA, he said, quote, "The first game I started was against the Sixers. I went over and said, Dr. J, how are you?" And he said, "Doc, how are you?" I said, No, I'm Glenn." But he said, "No, you're Doc." And that made me feel like $1 million, guys.
All right, thanks, Allie. Melton. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now a 7-point Philadelphia lead.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Back to Reddish. Six to shoot. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
And the more and more Cam Reddish gets confidence in that kind of game where he's going to go inside and attack, that's a big help.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Both shots good from the strike. Here's Melton. And the layup is good off the glass. Melton's got 5 now.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Joel Embiid, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the 76ers. On the glass, he was an absolute tyrant, just owning the boards. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It was Joel Embiid who got hot in the first. He ended up with 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
They're running the offense beautifully this one, working for good looks. Their confidence looks sky high. It's going to be hard for that defense to disrupt their flow.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
The energy on D stood for disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
The 76ers shooting 55% for the game so far. And on the floor for Doc Rivers as we get into the second half. Harden is the 2 with Harris playing small forward. Up front, it's Tucker at the 4 next to Embiid in the middle. And it's Maxey in at the 1.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Yeah, he made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Back to Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. 7 points in the game.
Think about Nurkic and how great it is to see him back on the floor. That horrific leg injury back in March of 2019.
Embiid passes to Tucker, and he gets it to go.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
It wasn't an easy road to the NBA for P.J. Tucker. Brent, he spent most of his early career in Europe.
Yeah, those first 5 years, he never gave up on the dream to get back stateside and play in the league. So working hard on his game, understanding his game, and he's been such a great player for this past decade with a ring to show for it.
One shot.
P.J. Tucker, one of those guys that we talk about as a journeyman throughout his NBA career, but there's no doubt that he's made positive impact and touches wherever it is that he's played.
Now here's Simons. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Reddish misses. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. To the inside. And it's Harris. That time on the assist from Maxey. Harris has got 11 points.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
The Trailblazers shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. Outside Reddish. Back to Lillard. Simons outside. Pass to Reddish. 6 on the shot clock. Sinks it from distance. Reddish has got 20.
And Reddish proving to us he's very capable of taking over a game offensively.
And here's Harden. And here's Embiid, defended by Nurkic. Shoots a fadeaway. Embiid misses.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Pass to Simons. Takes one from 10 feet and too long on the shot.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And it's good for 2. 19 points in the game.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Here's Winslow. Tries again. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Harden. And Harden with the slam.
Check it out. Harden putting on a show, throwing down an acrobatic dunk.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Outside Reddish. Back to Lillard. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Tyrese Maxey.
With the lineup out there, that might be the last guy you want to foul. Dame's got some of the best free throw numbers in history.
He's off on the first.
And Lillard loves the responsibility on a nightly basis as the leader of this team to get out there and set the tempo for what they're trying to do.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Little's checked in. And he sinks the second. Grant, when you see players make that leap from star to superstar, think about guys like Giannis and Jason Tatum. I mean, what is that step like? You did it.
Well, it's interesting. You know, you come into the league and you have success right away, but at some point everything just clicks. It could be year 4, year 5, year 6, usually in that window where now you figure things out and now you take that next step and become elite. Now, BA, you know, I'm hoping that things start to click with me in my golf game. It's been about 4 or 5 years there, too.
Superstar status is not in the cards for you on the golf course, Grant. First one falls, and the Blazers making a change here. Thibault's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The 76ers have gone 6 of 7 and appearing confident in this half. Lillard against Maxey. Lets a floater go. And it's blocked by Thibault. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harris. Portland grabs the miss. Winslow's got 4 rebounds now. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. And Philadelphia also making a switch. House, he's checked in for Tucker. And we have to take another look at that block.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Philadelphia's shooting has been great, 57%, and finding ways to score consistently. Harden finds Harris. Now here's Embiid. He's covered by Grant. Fader on the way. Rebounded by Winslow. Portland has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Grant. They get it back. Another shot. And it's Winslow missing.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
And it's Maxey missing. The Trailblazers have gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8. Simons outside. And here's Grant from the arc. On target from range. Grant's got 7 points in the game.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Well, we've seen Anthony Simons gradually progress over time, and given opportunity with Lillard being hurt last year, man, this guy is showing that he's an offensive guy and ready to explode.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Little. The 76ers shooting an efficient 55% in the third quarter. Down low. Here's Maxey. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists tonight. And Brent Simons is one of those guards you love having in your rotation.
Yep, a volume three-point shooter. And the one thing about NBA that's standing out is the ability off the bounce to get to that shot. He's very good at it at a young age.
Now here's Thibault. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Harris on the wing. He's covered by Simons. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Well, he's a capable shooter, but I like the initiative there from Tobias, taking it inside, forcing the defense back, and drawing contact.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I could just see here tonight sharing the basketball. The stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
The free throw drops for Harris.
I feel like Tobias Harris's confidence has grown over the past couple seasons, especially on the offensive end. Very capable of taking advantage of smaller defenders.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Portland has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Back to Lillard. From behind the arc. Nails it from 3. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Pass to Harris. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
He's a good free throw shooter. Tobias Harris smartly looking to get in there and find some easy points from the line.
Shooting 2.
And he drops the first.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
And the Blazers making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. Melton, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And Harris drops them both. Now Lillard. 11 points in the game. Outside Thibault. Now here's Simons. Tight defense on him. Grant against Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Back to Grant. Shoots over Embiid. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Milton's checked in for James Harden. The 76ers have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Lillard against Melton. Harris outside. Pass to Embiid for 3. And the shot is good. Harris making the play. Embiid's got 22.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Oh, return to sender. Milton passes to Melton. Second shot opportunity. Embiid with it. Pass to Melton. Shoots over Thibault. And it's blocked by Thibault. From 10 feet away. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Harris outside. And the 76ers another 3.
I just love the ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Sharp, he's checked in for Portland. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Harrell's checked in. Philadelphia on D. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Philadelphia's gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Pass to Melton.
Watch the screen.
Now Embiid. Here's the three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Portland has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Here's Sharp. Back to Lillard. Can they get it? Drops in the three. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Pass to Melton. To the wing on the left. Clock at 6. With the drive. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. He has 7.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Portland has gotten 4 threes to fall out of 5 attempts here in the third. Lillard outside. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. Philadelphia has gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Harris outside. Back to Melton. 4-3. Out to Harris. Melton outside. Harris on the wing. Outside Milton. 5 to shoot. And the shot is good. Harris making the play. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, that's good signs.
Now here's Simons. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Grant's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Milton passes to Melton. Now here's Milton, tightly guarded. Harris finds Embiid. And Embiid gets the double team. Outside Milton. Embiid with it. Eubanks is there. Embiid misses. Well, Portland's shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Sharp lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Sharp's got 13.
And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
Minute 32 left to play in the third. Melton on the wing. Over Lillard. Portland grabs the miss.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
The 76ers shooting is around 55% so far. Melton against Lillard. Pass to Harris. Back to Melton. Now Embiid. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. 46 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's Sharp. Can't hit that one. Good D by Harrell. Philadelphia has gotten 12 of their points this quarter from deep. 4 of 6. Here's Melton. Tipped. Pass to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. And it's Harris with the rebound. Well, the 76ers shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. Melton with the ball. Back to Harris. Misses there. Joel Embiid. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Philadelphia 76ers. He had solid production this quarter with scoring and rebounding. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Grant and Nurkic, they're inside at the 4 and the 5. Justice Winslow out there with Damian Lillard, and it's Reddish in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Harden, the pass to Maxey. Goes up on the wing. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Sixers will retain possession here. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harden.
Nice activity from Winslow there on the defensive end. He was right up in the grill piece.
Here's Lillard over Harrell. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Montrezl Harrell. You know, for team owners, it often seems best not to take too active a role in basketball decisions. But, Grant, you're a team owner. How do you feel about this?
Well, it's a tough situation, B.A. Many of these owners have made tremendous amounts of money building their fortunes, of course, being very hands-on with their business. But basketball is a different kind of business. Success is not always linear. And sometimes as an owner, you're not an expert when it comes to this particular business. So it's interesting kind of being engaged, but not being too hands-on and letting your people do their job to the best that they can.
And both free throws good for Lillard. Philadelphia shooting around 51%. That's a good number. Now here's Harden. Winslow defending. Lillard against Maxey. And there is the whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Harden finds Harrell. Outside Tucker. Just 4 to shoot. Niang. And the 3 off target. And the Trailblazers shooting 40% so far in this one. Low block shot. And it's Winslow missing.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's Tucker. To the paint. Here's Harden. Rebounded by Winslow. Winslow's got 9 rebounds now. Here's Reddish. And James Harden pulls it down. Harden's got 4 rebounds now. Maxey against Grant. Outside Tucker. Pass to Harden. Here he goes. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And the play-in tournament has been a success. But some debate about whether the stats should count towards postseason stats. Grant, it kind of falls in the abyss. How do you think we should reconcile?
Well, B.A., first of all, it is the postseason. It's exciting. Everyone's watching. So much is on the line. This is high-pressure elimination games. And, yes, there have been some great performances that we've seen in the play-in tournament thus far. So I think these stats should be included in postseason numbers for players.
Harden hits them both. For Portland, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Outside Reddish. Lillard outside. Knocks it down from distance. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
What a performance. Hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half, and he's added 3 more since.
Pass to Niang. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Outside Reddish. The shot no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Kings at Golden One Center in Sacramento. And that'll mark the end of this 5-game road trip. Now here's Harden. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
Harden just loves scoring through contact. He seeks it out while trying to get fouls on his shooting attempts.
Pass to Winslow. And the game is growing by leaps and bounds globally. How does the league continue to ride that wave?
Well, I'll tell you, B.A., it's not hurting that you have an MVP that comes from Europe. I mean, Nikola Jokic bringing a lot of tension back to the league with his dominant play over here. But Commissioner Silver continues to explore all the corners in which he can continue to introduce the game, introduce the entertainment, and introduce the community aspect of what being a partner with the NBA is all about.
Chalk up 2 there.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And it's the Sixers with the ball. The Blazers making their last shot. Maxey passes to Harrell. And Harrell throws it down.
You know, Harrell brings energy to the game, not just with his feet and hands, but he also will bring it in the way he communicates.
And so here's Portland. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Back to Lillard. Pass to Graham. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Misses the 3.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now here's Tucker. Now Harrell, defended by Nurkic. 5 on the clock. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, Harrell in there clashing with some aggressive defense, and he gets physical right back.
Well, Grant, we're seeing players extend their careers. Often diet plays a big role. How important was that in your day, and how important do you think that is now?
It's so important. The food you put into your body, the rest, the recovery, all of that plays a role in extending your career and having great longevity along the way.
The compliment that Harrell gets often is the fact that he's just so tireless a worker, and that energy is something that both coaching staffs and teammates appreciate.
House, he's checked in for Niang. Harrell hits them both. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Outside Reddish. Pass to Nurkic. Winslow with the ball. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Maxey against Lillard. Outside Harden. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That's on Justice Winslow.
And right now, if you're the defense, you got to be careful. Harden excels at finding ways to get to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harden. And as the NBA becomes an increasingly global game, Grant, there's a component of international relations that has to come into it. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, it can be tricky. I mean, it's a challenge. You have to respect people's cultures and way of doing business. But yes, the game, I believe, also can play a role in bringing cultures and different countries together over the love of the game of basketball.
And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Pass to Winslow. Six to shoot. Back to Nurkic. Here's Reddish. He drops it from range. Reddish has got 23 points.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Now here's Harris. It's stolen. Here's Winslow. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Oh, I thought Winslow was going to rip that rim off. What a dunk.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Outside Harden. Back to Maxey. The three is up. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got his 6th assist of the night.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Portland has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Outside Reddish. Back to Lillard. Outside Winslow. From downtown. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Harden's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. They push it up 4 on 3. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Harris.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
And that one misses. MVP voting is usually somewhat contentious. What's your criteria for that award, Brent?
I think it's really difficult, BA, and I don't think there's anything wrong with people talking about it when the voters are saying year to year their criteria changes, because guess what? Every season is different. So it's a very difficult award to try to pick out the very best player in the league. Winning has to have something to do with it. Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
Outside Harden. Unloads. Again, the Sixers score.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Winslow. Back to Nurkic. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
You could tell that Nurkic was looking to get the foul on that shot, and he got the job done.
The first free throw is good. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Harris comes in for McDaniels. Hits both from the stripe. Well, your Hall of Fame dad, Rick, made some interesting comments, Brent. One of them encouraging the league to crack down on illegal screens.
No way, BA. My dad said something that was controversial or interesting. You got to get out of here. Yeah, I mean, illegal screens, do we want to see less of them? Sure.
Now here's Embiid. Over Nurkic. Embiid misses. Here's Simons. And he can't bank that one in. The 76ers have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Pass to Embiid. Here's Tucker. Reddish covering. Embiid inside. Yes! And the foul! Winslow. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. Grant's checked in for Winslow. Maxey, he's checked in for the Sixers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
A fun-loving player on and off the court, Embiid continues to get better. One of the league's top big men.
Simons outside. Pass to Reddish. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Harris has got 4 rebounds now. Simons against Harden. And here's Harris. The 3 ball. Here's Tucker. Now Embiid. It's stolen by Nurkic. It's a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, Nurkic using those active hands and just kick-starting the offense in the fast break.
And last season, new trophies unveiled for the conference finals, honoring Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Bob Cousy, Oscar Robertson. I love bringing up these names again.
I agree, B.A. I mean, these are legends. These were those that laid the foundation for this league to be successful. So the idea of adding a little hardware and putting their names on it, I couldn't think of anything better.
Portland has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Reddish. Nice move. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Protecting the rim well. Love the hustle. Harden against Simons. Harden, the pass to Tucker. Over to the left wing. A clear look for Embiid. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Reddish. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
And Reddish out there running on the break. That's the best way to reward a teammate for that kind of defensive pressure.
Here's Simons. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Harris misses. A challenging stretch for Portland here. Embiid with a steal. Maxey against Lillard. Now here's Embiid. Defense is right there. Over Nurkic. The Sixers with another miss. And Portland shooting around 42% as we continue play in the fourth quarter.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the 76ers.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And you look at their record after tonight, 30 wins on the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Joel Embiid.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
Now here's Maxey. 32 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on P.J. Tucker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And so here's Portland. 19-point game. Outside Reddish. Johnson inside. Melton covers. Nurkic shot is good.
You know, Nurkic has such a big, wide body. It's best if he uses it to help free up some guys on the screen.
Now here's Melton. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
James, this team seems to be clicking. What's been the key lately?
We're just more aggressive. Guys are getting it, and we're playing much harder. It's a good win for us. Continue to build and continue to keep our swag up. Great team effort for us.
It's up to you to keep them aggressive. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.